Hey, good afternoon. It's Tuesday, October 24th, and welcome back to Everyday Talk 24/7. I had an appointment in the upper part of the state today, so on my way home, stopped by Lake Greenwood here, State Park. Beautiful location. You can see the lake behind me. It's, again, around sunset. It's a beautiful time of day. And it reminds me again of what I talked about yesterday. Why would we live for the honor and glory of people when we can live for the honor and glory of God? See, the praise of people, living for the praise of people, is the fuel of legalism. Living for the praise of people is the fuel of legalism. And legalism, the definition that I'm using, is anything that causes you to think that you can earn the favor of God by your actions or by what people think of you. It's anything that causes you to think that you can earn the favor of God, increase your standing with Him by the things that you do or by pleasing other people, living for them. As you can see, as we've been listening to the series with me, there are a number of ways we can get at this thing of legalism. But at its root, it is replacing the honor of God with the honor of people. Psalm 146 tells us, why do we put our praise in people? Don't trust in princes. Don't trust in powerful people. They cannot save you. They cannot help you. That's not how it works. Yes, they may appear to have power. They may appear to have something that you want, their praise or their appreciation or maybe some job promotion or some friendship or some status. As you can see, I'm blending between peer pressure and family legalism, because we can put stuff even in our families where we begin to value family members' approval over the things of God. And we're going to talk about this in more detail as we go along. But what God is calling us to is to value Him, to value what He has made us to be, to value what cannot be taken from us. See, your standing with God, my standing with God, that cannot be taken from us. Jesus in John 10 makes it very clear. No one can snatch us out of the Father's hand because we're held firmly by the grip of Christ. That's our hope. So what this does is this smashes this idea of living for the praise of people, of trying to earn their favor, of trying to perform in such a way that someone will notice me. The applications for this are just enormous, and we're going to look at some of them, not all of them, because there's not enough time. Sadly, this is often the case in a situation where, quote unquote, romance is involved. One of the two people will live in such a way that they want the other person to notice them or appreciate them or value them. And there's nothing wrong with somebody valuing you. A husband should value his wife. A wife should value her husband. That's not the point. The point is when I start living for that, when I start making my own worth based upon what someone else thinks of me. It's true in any friendship, particularly though when we start talking about marriage relationships or romantic relationships or looking for somebody whom you want to marry. See, if you start living for their approval, for their praise, then God gets shoved to the side. And that's how we can wind up making really poor judgments, because we think the opinion of this person matters more than anything else. That was the pitch we mentioned the other day, a couple of days ago. That was a pitch this gang of thugs made to their fellow Israelite in Proverbs chapter 1. Hey, come on, throw in your lot with us. Yeah, it's pretty nasty and wrong what we're going to do, but think of all the fun we'll have from it. Think of what we'll gain from it. You can play that theme out across the lives of so many wrecked and damaged lives of God's people, of God's young people. Instead of living for the honor of people, for the approval of people, if I live for the honor of God, the one who does all this beauty which is behind me, and again, the sunset's about to happen, and it's that glorious time of day. The one who does this every day in one way or another, every morning, the one who shows us his power and glory, so we can be in awe of him rather than being in awe of people. As you know, I like to take pictures. I value good work with photography and film work and artistry. Nothing comes even close to the magic artistry that God does every day, all across the planet. And He's constantly doing it. And the Bible tells us that all this is God's work, showing us His wonderful power and glory. So again, the simple question is, why should I live for the praise of people who can do none of this, let alone rescue me from the depths of hell, let alone give me life that is truly life? Why should I live for their praise? That is the proverbial black hole from which there is no escape. Remember what I said. The praise of people is the curse of legalism. Because it makes us think that we can have value and standing from mere people who literally can do nothing except lie to us or make us feel good for the moment. That robs us of being able to really delight in people, to care for them, and to be cared for. As long as I'm craving the praise of people, I can never, listen to me carefully, as long as I'm craving the praise of people, I can never enjoy God, I can never enjoy other people. I can only be consumed with trying to please myself. That's the ugliness of living for the praise of people, the ugliness of legalism, the ugliness of trying to live on the basis of my performance. That's somehow going to make me more acceptable to people or to God. That's the ugly myth of the evil one who wants to keep us in bondage. But rather, brothers and sisters, the joy of what it means to know the beautiful hand of God, to know that the one who just sketched this beautiful landscape behind me delights in me because of what Jesus has done. And if He delights in me, then I can listen to the psalmist, I can listen to David, I can delight myself in Him. And I'll find the things that my heart longs for. If I delight myself in anything else, all that's left is bitter fruit. But if I delight in the Lord, who delights in me because of Christ, then I have peace, hope, and security in my walk with God and in my walk with other people, because I'm not giving them more worth than what God gives them. I don't make them the center of my universe. The wonder of God is the center of our universe. These thoughts are just so important for us to grasp, because they represent freedom from the curse of trying to please people. Again, I love your thoughts, your feedback. Please, it's such a joy to interact with you. And it took a little bit longer today, but such a special setting, and I want to be able to enjoy this with you. Again, Lord willing, we'll be able to talk to you tomorrow. But you have a great day, because our God is a faithful God who gives us all that we need in Christ. Good night. Thank you for watching. May God richly bless you as you seek to live for His glory.